Koichi, are you really gonna just...
I think you know.
Honestly, it's just... They're back.
Koichi? Don't play dumb with your own sis. My apologies.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi. Chaska's young... It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was... She was afflicted with that strength of will...
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society...
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was... Eventually, she found a way to rein in that... It sounds like she's still arguing.
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing...
Oh, I get it.
I'm all for your adventure. Still, I can...
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have...
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can... But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is!
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing...
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to...
All right, whatever. Anything else?
You... What do you mean, anything else?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments, or a serious one?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't leave her there to die.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are!
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan...
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to...
Koichi!
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say?
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have...
Chaska... So, that's it. Why'd you have...
You two are something.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact... It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well... According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to keep it with me.
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh? I see. Sounds like it was an urgent... Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken... Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing...
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're at... Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions still, all you need to do is focus on your goal.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact.
You're the Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting...
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up and physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
All right, we'll have a look.
This flower looks like it's thriving. You must be good at taking care of plants, Archon.
This fishing basket looks familiar.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of this...
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong fighting spirit. To him, the sea was the best.
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish he sought had been corroded by the abyss. He managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury in the process, which meant he... Can a fisherman claim victory? if he fails to bring back his catch.
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize itself. In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave them to me.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
Maybe we can go head-to-head sometime.
This is Atea's talisman.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely...
There are so many jars and potions around here.
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, the tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students, the contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although probably expired by now.
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of strength. This belt, the association with strength, might also have been the reason the original belt was extremely heavy. It was difficult, and even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time...
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy identical in appearance but far lighter in weight. He would often wear this version when training in order to protect his waist.
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off.
Make sure to handle everything with care. This cup, for example, it's heavier than it looks.
The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer. Well, what do you think of my collection?
Yeah! If each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really been through... Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important? Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate.
That does kinda make sense.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future. while the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the to come up with such a set of rules. The first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine. That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the Divine Throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the Divine Throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything.
So, it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne and the... Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little Saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster.
It's all right. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities. So it impacts how my father made the most delicious stew. So my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and he would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the Saurians we were raising ran into the room, and my sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end...
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they were...
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art. Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska. Over here, please. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on...
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyub is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyub to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyub saved me, even though its power is weakening, so I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds, and...
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
I'm really scared. Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger.
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now. Thank you. Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. And there's no time to lose, so...
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
I hope not. Be careful out there. I'll observe the situation from here.
So we're underneath Natlan right now?
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization.
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been...
So what you're saying is, we're not in for any...
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
Why are you all laughing like that?
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Solidified!
I see everything.
Laid bare.
Hey there! Fire! Well...
place we need to go seems really high up.
Stabilize!
Watch out! Watch out!
Coming at you! A proper send-up!
Order guide you! Gather!
Grow! Make yourselves a room!
Hey there! Coming at ya!
Overruled.
Stabilize!
Everyone hold hands!
Watch out!
Hiya!
This is order!
I see everything!
Watch out! Watch out! Fire! Well,
Laid bare.
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she... Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the next. It looks so different from what I imagined in the That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. Yeah.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh,
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out... If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
that's it? Right. We still got a job to do.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the
Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. I was completely lost to this realm until it's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have, but we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that. Even under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here! You can't go. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way. Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them. Overruled.
Sumil licenciadil. Eres un sumil licenciadil. ¿Y el segundo qué es? Hola, bienvenido al directillo sumillo, échate pico. Estabas ahí viendo al Liz, haciendo el Union Deposit, el club inverso reel.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything.
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Claro que te vi mientras comía. ¿Dónde voy a ir yo? Si yo cuando como me pongo YouTube, si salí de Alice. Lo que no he dicho nada porque estaba comiendo. Ya me lo he imaginado. Digo, cuando se vaya Alice vendrá el tío Sumil. Esta es la maldad insurréctica que nos domina a todos. Dentro y fuera.
Did you hear that? What? Never mind. It was...
Don't scare Paimon like that!
No he podido verlo ayer que estuvo. Muy bien.
I heard it too. It was a voice from the...
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good...
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
Como mola el eco, ¿no? De la voz de Paimon. Paimon, Paimon, Paimon. Cachina. Insurrectina. Somos maldad. Maldad calva insurrectica, carnicolilla. La maldad tiene...
We're here, Kachina!
Oh, honey? You made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we
No,
take
es
care
la
of these
misma.
monsters.
Estoy con Latam. Por lo menos acabar la historia de Arconte en alguna, luego ya la acabaré en otras, pero por lo menos ya que la he empezado varias veces, por lo menos en una acabarla.
Good idea. Let's go!
Eres un sonido. Ahora soy Katsina, yo y mi zombie. Ah, está aquí.
Hey there! Coming up! Everyone hold hands!
Transfixed!
Katsina. Katsina insurrectina, chatina, bonitina.
You're finally here!
Katsina.
Thank you so much!
Pobrecita Katsina, que semilla es.
That monster can appear from anywhere! It almost caught me a bunch of... The
Es
YF's
muy
power helps
entrañable,
keep
como
me
le dijo la
hidden.
viajera al
So,
principio de su
I just tried
viaje.
to stay
Eres
out
una
of sight
persona
until
muy
you got
entrañable,
here.
y es verdad. Pobrecita Katsina, con lo munina que es. Chiquinina. Es
Had a
muy
girl. You did so well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back then? Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the Y-Up with me? I can't exactly put it into words, but... something...
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly
Claro.
seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6
Ya que la he
main
empezado, la
totem
quiero
poles
acabar.
representing the
No por
wire
las
of each
protos,
tribe.
sino por saber qué pasa, por lo menos. Luego así ya, cuando hagan otras cuentas puedo esquipear, ¿sabes? Menos las conversaciones que me molen, como la cinemática del Tirillas con la diosa Piro.
You can think of them like the body of each wire. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, there are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their but if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become...
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if...
Still, we can't just leave the Y-Up to suffer. It's protected me.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Y dice R que no es waifu esta, ¿sabes? Con su lunar en el hombro. La chasca.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again. Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for... No, I'm fine. I don't plan... Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so... Please, help me.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you. But that's because we want to help the Y-Up. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
All
Mira.
right. The sooner we get this done,
Pero
the
dicen que
better.
vuela. Más que el niño y todo.
We've already
No
come
sé
all this
cómo
way.
volará, pero dicen que
So we
vuela.
might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
De hecho, la criaron los pájaros que vuelan, los bichos que vuelan, con lo cual no es raro que... No, esta vuela, o sea, lo que es volar, y más que el niño, dicen. Lo que es volar, no como la Chanyun, ni como el niño. Que esta vuela. ¿No ves que la criaron los cucusaurios, que son los saurios voladores?
Let's go. This way.
Es lo que
I'll
dicen
stay
los
here and try to
bichos,
stall
no
the
sé.
abyss monster.
Y Chilonen es la
All by
chica
yourself?
Martina.
It's all right.
A mí me dio mucho hype cuando la vi, y ahora que sé que
If you're
vuela...
anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbye. So go.
La sacaré en
Thank
alguna
you for
cuenta, no sé en
everything.
cuál, pero en alguna sacaré, igual que a Shilonen.
You're a true.
No one fights.
Vuela. Vamos que sí.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
Espérate que los chute a todos, que me han pillado los lobos esos de mierda. Y me han dejado tirírico. Me han dejado como el capitán, 8 tirillas. Cachinín. Tirar, hombre. Y la Shilonen es la chica Martini, chaval, que va con patines. Y patina por las
Wyatt?
paredes y todo.
Wyatt,
Es brutal.
I'm back. My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyatt, can you hear me?
So we were right. The contamination is already too... All right, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Careful. We've got company.
Hombre, un monolito gafotas.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is
Como un
pure folly. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malcolm?
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than you may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be... No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a master. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out... That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power. Ancient names, pride, friendship... All empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid share. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so...
Kachina, give me your hand. Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
Thanks, Moalani. You're right. I have nothing to fear. Because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power.
5.2.
But you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight!
No, pero casi.
Well said.
Ya te lo digo yo.
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you...
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. Need a
Surfboard? Right here! Drilling down!
Off we go. Check this out. Best of luck.
Here goes! I'm fine. Hey!
A glimpse
Me he equivocado de botón, me cago en la puta.
Carving waves! Woohoo! Cha-ha! Shabam! Woohoo! Surf's up!
a glimpse
Oh! Right here. Get back!
Me equivoco todo el rato con la tía esa del tiburón. Coño. Que es un mil soy.
We won! We actually won!
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely fantastic. This makes me so unbelievably.
I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable!
Huh? What's happening?
El nombre verdadero de...
My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait, does that mean you're...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off was really something.
Regar las plantas.
Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for my... The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Hombre.
Who are you?
Sí.
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the Invasion 500.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Hombre, a ver si no.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
What's wrong, Mualani?
So many memories. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started. We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was...
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wyatt first.
Hombre, R el radiaín. Qué cabrón. De nitro para entero. Toma, lo han curado,
Okay, that should be enough. Wyatt? Wyatt? Can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina. My dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happens.
Es un guayo, no es una piedra parlante, es un guayo.
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love for you will never...
Thank you, Wyatt.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to leave this place. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold.
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's
a Sealy! The Sealy opened the
un
way
Sealy.
for us!
¡Qué chetili! Dame un cofre. ¿Y el cofre? Oye. ¿Y el cofre, tío? Vaya un Sealy tacaño, pero bueno. Sal del reino de la noche. Oye, ¿y el cofre, Sealy, dónde está? De verdad, ya no sé lo que era. Maldad insurréctica venida. Avisal.
The opening in the sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here!
Watch out for the falling rocks!
Quick, through the middle!
Es maldad, insurréctica.
Come on, faster! We'll never make it!
¡En la punta! Toma. Todo. Venga, Kachina. Dale el taladro más. Cacha. Sí, es joder. Luego dicen que no es chefil el juego este. Oh, wow. Se ha cerrado la luz. Oh, wow. Qué mal rollo.
You've done well. Now come home.
Qué chetilla es. Qué chetilla es. Madre mía. Si ya te lo sabes, humilde. El que me sé. No la he hecho esta misión nunca. Es la primera vez que la hago. Y me está encantando. Y dar con Tepiro más. Y Chaska y la chica Martini. Madre mía, la chica Martini. Madre mía, la chica Martini. Cuando venga. Lo está haciendo, sí.
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her conscious...
Every great display of power. You must feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to... Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What is it exactly?
Así es.
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's...
Todos ahí. Eso es lo que dije ayer. ¿El qué? Que eras un sumisurreci cavernicolillo. ¿O qué dijiste? La nación de la chetez. De Arconte guay política suprema y surrati cavernicolilla del poder. No es Super Saiyan, chaval. Es fuego puro. La América está ahí.
Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
Pues sí, bastantes menos, como que no hay nada.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon... Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine...
Vaya por ahí.
All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like...
She's always been special like that. She can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh?
Buenas, Brian Sumillo, bienvenido al directillo.
No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mulani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally... And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven...
I'd never have...
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 5... But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory. Nor our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wayab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the... So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 5...
So that's what happened. After finding Gachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it, but there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it...
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense! The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time, or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But the 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wyab has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but if we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names.
Shilonen, la chica Martini, chaval. Qué chetile es.
During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wyab, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full... Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will, rather than a sense of obligation.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wyab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right! All of the stuff you stored here before, where did it all go?
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose. Fuel.
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited. But together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the 2 worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But weren't they all precious treasures? What about their story?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power.
¿Quién, yo?
I'm so
Brian.
sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still...
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different... If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime. Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden War. And we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all.
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing, having a...
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right. You should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of... They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Nos tenían que haber dejado mover estos pasillos, ¿sabes? Para hacer que no hacer nada. Pero...
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future.
De esta hablaban, bueno, de esta hablaban en el garrote.
The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of... My rage will never know absolution, and But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
Nos la tenían que haber dejado mover por estos pasillitos, que ya ves tú que no haces nada, pero llevarla por el pasillo habría sido divino, vamos. Ya es como si la tuvieras, ¿sabes? Ya te hypeas más todavía, si te la hacen mover estos pasillos.
You're gonna head 500 years in the future to surface the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here.
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
Déjanosla mover.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone. The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
You here for the victory feast too?
No, I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just...
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information.
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding something back.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty... Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all.
What? Do you really have to go that far? Can't you just...
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her. I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get going. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had enough of them.
Chetil. Mío, cuando entra el próximo evento, no tengo ni idea. Míralo en los anuncios que ahí viene. Ya te has acabado el nuevo, el del catalizador entero. ¿Qué chetil eres? Entero. ¿Y los de combate son jodidos o qué?
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
¿Qué chetil, ¿no? Ya son jodidos.
Well done, Kachina.
Thank
Bueno,
you,
de todos modos te
everyone.
faltan dos fases.
I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got
Serves you all right. No sympathy from me.
Alright. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and her companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become... And let's not forget my good friends. Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Dion-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night King. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for...
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it feel being a hero, Kachina?
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion! Hey, please don't make...
My apologies. I knew more than I let on. Everything comes at a price, and most heroes aren't people who set... If you cling too tightly to your goal, you end up losing. But in any case, we're now on the same page. I wonder how long before the two final heroes appear. From the...
At previous victory feasts, you'd always find me in the crowd singing and dancing.
It does feel weird seeing you so out of sorts.
Is this another pearl?
Well, Paimon agrees with the Traveler. Everyone's come together to...
You're right. Kachina looks really happy. Enough doom and gloom. Time to shake...
Cost us a lot, but we got Kachina back safely, and there'll be even tougher challenges coming our way in the days ahead, though. We'll have to train harder. That includes you, Paimon. I can do a special one-off session.
I've been through so much all at once. Are you still feeling unwell? Nope, all better now. I bet you guys must be tired, though. Make sure you...
All right, Kachina. Don't be. Come on, you're the star.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time. For in 500 years, Natlan will be destroyed? It seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But life is short. And beyond a point, it just doesn't... Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would sound quite ridiculous. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan...
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth, from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable she played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her. You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, present, and future coexist, and all are equally important. Even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here. And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never give up on our struggle. This is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side, whatever it takes. Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It would easily make you an all-important figure in the upcoming... If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them in possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your story, the Ode of Resurrection, may have temporarily lost its power, but still, take this as my personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
Para la mayoría la gente fue bastante caca a Espina Dragón por el frío eterno este.
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have you don't have much time. And you're injured on top of that. What do you...
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
Han enseñado flojisto líquido.
Oh, something else you'd like to ask? Well, our intel suggests he hasn't made any new movements yet. Although Kenichi's investigation helped us confirm that he's being aided by... I'm getting closer to narrowing down who that may be, but it's still unclear whether this person aided the captain out of willingness or coercion. If you learn anything about this during your adventures, please let me... Oh, something else you'd like to ask? The Abyss is the most formidable enemy in all of Teyvat. In the beginning, it took failure and tragedy to even begin to learn how to fight back. All of the methods you've seen in other nations were developed based on experience and insight passed down over generations. We know that it's the same for the method we use here in Natlan. Ever since ancient times, elemental energy has been one of our most reliable weapons against the Abyss. As for the principles behind it, I'm afraid you might have to seek answers from someone older than the position of Pyro Archon itself. Oh, something else you'd like to ask? That also comes down to the long-standing effects of the Abyss. Our people's survival is inextricably tied to the Wyab. But their power has its limits. They cannot offer our people the same degree of protection outside our borders. In fact, people who do decide to leave often suffer from memory loss and emotional issues. Everyone in Natlan understands this. That's why our people never leave without a good cause. Even if someone is left with no choice, and the Wyab have always been very strict about granting that approval, since extending protection beyond our borders means consuming power. Still, there's no need to worry. The Wyab extend their protection to all within Natlan, including visitors from afar. Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
Y del hermano no le preguntamos. Las dos con testigos, ¿sabes?
Something you wish to report?
Claro que escucho
Go.
todo lo que me han dicho.
You have...
He escuchado todo lo que me ha dicho Maguita, lo que le he preguntado. Ya está. Estaba escuchando lo que me ha dicho Maguita en todo momento. Atentamente, además. ¡Oh, ay, ay! 500 prototetas, qué ricas. Bueno, me voy a ir a un rato. Me voy a ir un rato. Que soy un sumí. Me voy a ir un rato. Que soy un sumí. Me voy a ir un rato. Que soy... Para que las gasten mabuicas, sí. Que soy un sumí. Me voy a ir un rato. Que soy un sumí. Toma, Catalyzerator, chaval, for the people in. Madre mía, qué rico. Para que las gasten Mabuica, efectivamente. Mabuica chetífera insurréctica luminosa vernícola poderosa chetífera voladora. Ah, no, esa es chasca la que vuela. Mabuica no, pero chasca sí. Y la chica Martini es chetil. Y yo ya la he visto funcionando y es más chetil todavía. Madre mía, cómo está Stilonen. Que la he visto funcionando ya. Y es la chica Martini, tío. Es la chica Martini. Joder, es que el perro me muere de más. ¿Qué hace cachina? Anda. Qué chetina es, ¿eh? Me gusta mucho la música de combate más chetilla. ¿Qué hace cachina? ¿Qué haces aquí? ¿Qué haces aquí? Espérate, hija, que estoy en combate involuntario. ¿Ya? Cachina chetina, ¿eh? chetiles son estos desafíos, chetiles, como me gusta. Qué chetiles son. Están guays estos desafíos chetíferos. Bueno, a mí me gustan. Toma, pintada completada, chaval. Qué chetil soy, joder. Tengo alguna recompensa más. Coño, ¿por qué no me deja ver estos? Uy, no tengo STP. Bueno, voy a cortar un poquito y ahora vuelvo a abrir, gente, que soy sumido con otra cuenta.
Overruled.
Coño, pero coge la mierda esto. ¿Qué hace? Y esas dos porque se han apagado. Hay un TP aquí, que chetín. TP.
I see everything.
Transfixed.
Coming at ya! Coming at ya! Attack! This may through the loop.
Coño, pero es que es un ruido tira a las dos antes de empezar, capullo.
I will have order.
Coming at ya!
Overrule.
Stabilize. Don't mind if I do.
Let's finish this fast.
Gather. Out of the way or get blown away. Come on, show me your courage. Let's do this then.
Hey there!
Stabilize.
¿Dónde hay que ir? Pues, ¿y la corriente de aire dónde está? Que se iba a crear una corriente de aire, decía.
Solidify.
Hey!
Transfixed.
Watch out!
Come on, show me your courage.
Proper send-up!
This is order. Gather.
Everyone hold hands! A minute to memory!
Watch out!
Ahora sí que hay una corriente, ahora sí. No. Hacía tiempo que no hacían el evento este de combate en modo abierto, me gusta.
Stabilize.
Hey!
Laid bare.
Watch out! Fire! Well,
Order guide you.
Grow! The Temple of Wisdom!
Witness my rise. Overrule.
Solidify.
This may through the...
Stabilize.
A minute to memory!
hiya! Hey there! Hey there! Attack!
Let's do this then. Gather.
I will have order.
Everyone hold hands!
Desafío completado. Qué chetil, ¿no? Qué chetil, chetillo del poder, chetillo del poder. Destruye el escudo del tirano cucusaurio áureo ardiente para hacerlo caer. ¿Y esto dónde es? Pero si no me ha salido, ¿no? No me ha salido el bicho ese, ¿no? ¿Cómo voy a destruir el escudo si no me sale? Ah, ese es el cucusaurio. Vale. Ah, es que te encaminan ya, Vale, así lo dejo desbloqueado, me parece bien. Digo yo que habrá un TP aquí abajo. ¿Qué es esto? Toma, pedazo de hierro, chaval. Pedazo de hierro. Pedazo de hierro. Tengo miedo, que este es el bicho insurrecto nuevo, ¿no? Este es el bicho insurrecto avernicolillo nuevo, ¿no?
Stabilize!
Overruled!
Watch out! Attack!
Gather! This is order! Solidify!
This may hurt a little.
Transfixed!
Watch out!
Laid bare!
Hay que hacer.
Haha! Coming at ya!
Solidify!
Hey there! Hey there!
Gather!
Transfixed!
Muere insurrecto. ¿Para qué lo cojo? No. Si no tengo a nadie. Este no es el de Kachina, el de Kachina es el otro. Este es el de Mualani, que aquí no la tengo, o sea que no lo voy a coger. Qué chetil el boss. No sé, pero es que no sé cómo se destruye el escudo del tiranosaurio este. Sí, pero no sé cómo va. Uno cuya extraordinaria forma son resultados en capacidad de soportar vuela. Elementos que reaccionen con Piro. Bueno, pues Dendro reacciona con Piro, ¿no? Y no le ha hecho nada, Najida. Digo yo, ¿no? Bueno, ya lo volveré a hacer. Ya lo volveré a hacer en otro momento, pero no entiendo. Dendro reacciona con Piro. Geo no, pero Dendro sí, ¿sabes? Dentro sí que reacciona con Piro. ¿Esto qué es? Rueda del Tona. Ah. Bueno, cambio de cuenta, gente. Vengo en 10 minutillos, ¿vale? No sé con cuál voy a entrar. Con Sabbath y con No Drama probablemente no. No sé con cuál. Con la Diluc o con... Con Asia tampoco, de momento. Ay. No sé con cuál. Con una de la hoguera. Transfiere totalmente perisable para completar el desafío. No, ya lo he completado. ¿Qué me marca aquí? Ah, la misión de Arconte, el deseito gratis, claro. Aparte de las 500 prototetas. Hombre. 2, es verdad que el otro no lo había cogido. Qué chetil soy. Qué chetil eres, joder. Bueno, se hace lo que se puede. Soy muy sumillo yo, ya lo sabéis. Pero soy buena persona. A ver, ¿qué iba a hacer? Espérate. ¿Ves? Es que aquí no tengo protos para tirar. No quiero quedarme sin protos para Mahuika. Aquí estoy muy flojo, ¿ves? Furina me dejó seco. Entonces, si me pongo lo mismo me sale Mualani. Sí, pero es que ya la tengo en varias cuentas. No la necesito y quedarme pelado de protos. Aquí quiero asegurarme un doble piti para Mahuika, porque la quiero. O a las malas voy aquí a por Chasca, me da igual, ¿sabes? Pero... Sí, pero con eso tengo un piti, no tengo más. R. Sí, está flojo. Exacto. Bueno, 14, que tengo ahí 10 chapas. Pero... que da igual, o sea, esto no es... Esto es un piti. Y un piti me asegura Mualani con suerte, o a lo mejor no. Pero luego, ¿qué? Luego viene tal y no tengo protos. Prefiero tener... para intentar asegurarme un piti seguro. Pues ya sea una Shilonen o una Chasca o una Mahuika, ya veré cómo me lo hago. ¿Sabes? Pero Mualani ya tengo varias cuentas, con lo cual me mola, sí, pero tampoco tengo que tenerla en todas. La tengo en Sabbath, la tengo en No Drama, la tengo en Asia, ¿sabes? O sea, no es necesario tenerla en todas, cuando la iba a skipear de primeras. Con lo cual ya Mualani estoy servido de Mualani, es que me gusta mucho, pero ya estoy servido. Entonces aquí ahorraré o bien para Shilonen o para Chasca o para Mahuika, ya veré. Depende si saco a Shilonen o Chasca en otra, pues lo mismo aquí voy a por Mahuika, ya que es la que menos protos tengo, yo creo. Esta es la más pocha que tengo, me parece, de todas. Pues eso, que no puedo tirar. Soy sumir porque el mundo me ha hecho así. Me voy a Mondstadt, que es donde está mi hogar. Mi hogar de diarias. Bueno, pues ahora en 10-15 minutillos vuelvo, gente. Vale, abro... No sé con qué cuenta entraré. No sé si entraré con la Diluc. Iré haciendo un poco misión de Arconte, pero quiero ir también viendo mundos, ¿sabes? Porque si no le voy a coger manía a la misión de Arconte, tío. La he empezado ya en 4 cuentas. Esta es la única en la que me la he acabado. ¿Sabes? Entonces Sabbath y No Drama no creo. Asia tampoco, porque estuve ayer también y me acabé el primer capítulo de Arconte. Pues lo mismo entró con la Diluc o con una de la hoguera, ¿sabes? Lo mismo entró con la Diluc, que es la más pocha que tengo de todas. Venga, hasta ahora, sumillos, insurrécticos avernicolillos. Me voy a quedar ahí con Kate. Bueno, sí, no, me quedo ahí porque tendré pericia insurréctica para mañana, para las diarias, que es lo bueno. Mañana me hago 3 líneas ley y ya están hechas las diarias, que es lo guay. Mira, 68 de pericia insurréctica, chaval. Buah, vicio y corrupción. Pericia insurréctica. Venga, hasta ahora, viciadiles.